What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to start working on a very special project. This is not my project, it's actually my dad's project. It's a 1969 Chevrolet Chevelle Super Sport. It has the 396, it has a 4-speed manual transmission. It's a very highly desirable car. Now, my dad has owned this thing since 1973, so he's owned it for, 47 years, and this thing's pretty much been off the road, out of sight, out of mind, since 1981. Going on about 40 years. So a few months back, I finally talked him into working on this thing, and I said, hey, let's get this thing going so you can get it on the road, you can drive it around and enjoy it, and that's exactly what we're going to start on today. Here it is underneath these tarps. Let's get it uncovered and check it out. Here it is, 1969 Chevelle Super Sport. Yes, it's a real Super Sport. It has the 396, it has the 4-speed manual transmission, candy apple red car, black interior, a very highly desirable car. So of course this thing's been sitting for a while, so our first objective is to go through this thing and redo the brake system. So in the front, I think we just need some soft lines, but in the rear that's a different case. We need new wheel cylinders, new shoes, new hardware. We already have new hard lines in the back, so we have that already squared away. We're also going to need a brand new master cylinder, and we're going to need to bleed everything out, get the wheels on, and then we can drive this thing around the block. Now this thing does run. It hasn't ran in about a year and a half, so we're going to work on that after we get all the brakes squared away. Be a real pain. I don't like messing with drum brakes anyway. Alright, one wheel down, 3 more to go. We got the drum back on this side. We got all brand new shoes, all brand new hardware, brand new wheel cylinder, and we got a brand new stainless steel hard brake line and brake hose in the middle there. That was added a couple years ago, but it's pretty much brand new, so we're getting the brakes right. We're gonna get some wheels and tires on this thing. I got a set of wheels and tires off my Impala wagon frame. We're gonna put those on here. They look way better than the wheels that were on here, and we're gonna get this thing up and we're gonna get driving around. All right, push it down again. So we got all the brakes done. We got the rear drum brakes done, all brand new hardware, all brand new shoes, all brand new wheel cylinders. We got brand new soft lines in the front. We got brand new hard lines in the back. Everything looks good. The pads look good. And we do have a new master cylinder on there. Now that the brakes are squared away, it's time to get this thing started. Do it again. Might have floated it out. Yeah. You ain't getting no fuel up there at the top. It ain't getting fuel.
Did gasoline actually come out of that?
No, it should be pouring out.
It come out of the pump.
Yeah, well, it should be pouring out right now. We got our fuel issue squared away. There was a kinked hose in the back by the tank, not really allowing any gas to come up to the fuel pump. We did test the fuel pump with a jug full of gas and had it running briefly. So we had a little issue where the seal on the oil filter blew out, which is kind of weird. It actually had a crack in it and it dumped a bunch of oil on the ground. So right now we're changing the oil, putting some fresh oil in it. So once we get that done, we're going to try to start this thing up now that we got our fuel issue squared away. We should have fuel up to the carburetor. We should be able to just get it to run on its own. No starting fluid, no dumping gas, just running nice and smooth like it should. So here's our O-ring out of the oil filter. And if you look right there, you can see a big crack. And what happened there is this thing was under pressure and it's old. I don't know how old it is, 25 years old. And this thing let go and blew about 2 quarts of oil on the ground. So that's why we're just going ahead. We were going to go ahead and change the oil anyway, but now we're just going to go ahead and do it, put a new filter on there while we're at it. So when was the last time you changed the oil?
About 1988.
There you go. Alternator belt squealing a little bit. Alright, so we tightened up the belt. We're going to try it again. Alright. It's dumping oil again. So we seem to have figured out the oil leak problem. So apparently it's a common problem that these newer filters, the O-ring diameter is not the same as the old style O-rings. And as you can see, this is the old O-ring off the old filter. And just look at that. Now that was the filter we had on there. And you can see there's not a lot of contact area there. Now the metal contact area up here is real thin on the big block in there. So with that O-ring being smaller diameter, it was causing it to leak. So I just so happen to have another small block oil filter on the shelf that seems to be the right size, so we're gonna put this one on there and try it out. Hopefully I ain't gonna have no more problems. No higher than that. Don't go higher than that. I was gonna say don't go higher than what you just did.
Yeah.
Hold up. No, stop. Don't start it. Don't start it. It's blowing oil again. Okay, so we were still having problems with this thing spewing oil out of the oil filter even after we replaced the oil filter. So we decided to hook up our oil gauge here. We had it idling and it spiked to about 130 psi. So that leads us to believe that the pressure relief valve in the actual oil pump in the pan is stuck. So that means we're going to have to drop this oil pan. We're going to have to pull that valve out and clean it out and get it back going and see what our oil pressure returns to, which it should return to normal. Well, we weren't really expecting to do anything major like dig into this oil pan. Hopefully that's not going to be a really big task, but we're going to save that for the next video. So I want to say thank you for watching, and if you're not subscribed, make sure you click the subscribe button, click the bell so you'll get the notifications, and you can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram.